Lola Rendikar here for April 2022 readings. Okay, so what's interesting is today, actually, right now, it's actually January 1st, 2022. As you can see, I'm in the same outfit every month so far, but that's okay. So I'm interested to see how this all turns out and how this all plays out. I love doing recordings ahead of time before I'm sitting in the current vibe to see how it plays out. Okay, because then for me, I don't remember my readings from like the second I hit stop record. So I'm not gonna remember any of this. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it just like you all. All right, so let's see what Spirit wants us to know for April 2022 for the whole month. What's the overall vibe? What do we need to kind of keep an eye out for? What are successes? Things that we want to make sure we're embracing, things that we want to make sure to repel. All right, Ace of Pentacles, maybe a new job. So interesting because the March reading was about manifesting. It's all about, okay, how do you learn? It was the Page of Pentacles. How do you learn to take something you've created and turn it from a burden into something profitable? How do you manifest that? And how do you enjoy the fruits of your labor? Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles can be a new job, a new financial venture. Okay, so interesting. All right. Three of Swords comes up. Now, Three of Swords can be like a breakup. It can be a divorce. It can be a third wheel. Like there's a third thing it's in the way. So maybe this is calling out the fact that maybe are you trying to take on two jobs or too many jobs? Okay, do you have three jobs and just one is just too much? Are you trying to jump way too much? Okay, let's see what goes with that. Two of Pentacles reversed. This is either you've decided that you're done juggling or you're failing at juggling. And I feel like the overall vibe is that you're failing at juggling. Okay, so it might be time to make some choices instead of going, okay, I can do all three jobs. I can do everything. No, not necessarily. We not always can we do everything. Okay. Eight of Swords reversed. This is your action step. This is your action card. Eight of Swords reversed is realizing that when it's upright, you feel trapped in the situation. You might feel like you can't get out, like you can see your dreams so far away, but you just can't get to them because you're so trapped by a situation or by your circumstance. When it's reversed, it's saying, wait a minute, these ties aren't even loose. I can actually remove all this and I can actually get what I want. I can step out of these swords. I can squeeze right through those. Better yet, I can take them out and move them. They're not a barricade to me anymore. So it's a matter of it's choosing what you're going to move on from. because Ten of Pentacles reversed, were you expecting an inheritance? Were you expecting something free? Were you expecting, because when it's upright, it's inheritance, legacy, it's getting something that you didn't like clock in for. Okay. And when it's reversed, it's saying that you can't count on that. You can't count on the free money. You can't count on the things coming to you without putting in the work. And as long as you are not moving out of those situations and and honing your energy, I really feel like this is all about figuring out your, like, where your focus needs to be. Is your focus scattered? Is your energy too scattered? Are you trying to juggle too many things? Okay. Now, in relationship, when this is mostly Pentacle, like 3 out of the 5 are Pentacles. In relationship, maybe you feel like you found someone that is your equal, in finances, or maybe you're financially independent from someone. Financial independence, that's actually, that hadn't come up before. That's interesting that came to me just now. And then the Three of Swords being divorced. So maybe this is something that you've decided to do. Maybe you've moved on and you've decided to move on from a relationship because you now have financial independence and you're tired of juggling. You're tired of trying to do all these things. You made the choice to get out, and it might be hard. You may not get the financial reward that you want Okay, so like if you're going through a divorce, you may not get, half the 401k. Okay. Or if you've been the working person and this other person wants half, maybe they don't get half. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Keep in mind, I'm not a lawyer. I'm married to one, but I'm not one. So let's see what's happening with, sorry, I should put these closer. Our soul's journey. Let's see what's going on this April 2022 with our soul's journey and all this. See if we can get a little more clarity on it. Now, keep in mind, I know I give examples of things, but it's not so much exactly how, like, oh my gosh, I'm reading your life. It's an overall arching vibe. It's an overall vibe of what other people are probably going through as well, just in different realms, different scenarios. But it still plays out about the same, and the advice works pretty well. This advice is, either you are stuck in something and you're refusing to move out of it, or you're finally realizing, I need to get out. Okay. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Interesting. Success. Now, everyone's got a different definition of success. I learned that a very long time ago. And you need to decide what your version of success is. Maybe you don't feel successful and you're not feeling rich, but this challenges us to, instead of counting so much on the money and feeling trapped and burdened, maybe find out, maybe it's time to redefine your definition of success. What is important to you? Is it that you work 25 jobs and everything is out of balance and you never see your kids and you never get to have social time? But man, you're getting a paycheck and things are, you're banking some money. Is that really that important? What is important? Is it relationships? Is it, in the end, what is the most important thing to you? Define success. And sometimes when people sit down and define success, they write it out and they realize, oh, my definition of success is kind of skewed. Or maybe what the definition of success was for you 20 years ago has now changed. Maybe it has evolved. What is success for you? I think it's very important to occasionally evaluate and figure out where we are in our lives and ask ourselves, what is success? What does success mean? What does it look like to me? If you don't even know what it looks like, here's the other thing. You could be like, oh, success, I need success. I want success. I want success. I want this. I want this and want this. And I'll be a failure if I don't get this. If you get so honed in on what your definition of success is, maybe you've evolved enough that your old definition no longer suits you. So sometimes it's really important to evaluate what is success instead of finding all the failings and honing in on those things that aren't working, that's trapping you. Where do you find your success? Self-care. Wow. If you don't have your health, you got nothing. If you're not successful at taking care of yourself spiritually, physically, and emotionally, there is no success. It's that whole concept of when the plane's going down, they tell you got to put your mask on first. No sense in being the martyr. You can't help anybody if you can't breathe, right? So take care of yourself. While you may feel like other people depend on you for their own success, you have to often kind of, again, reevaluate. I feel like this is all about reevaluating and feeling that chaos and understanding that it is time to break up or divorce something. Okay, what are you breaking up from? What are you letting go? Because now you've redefined your success, what success means to you, and taking care of yourself. And a lot of people, especially like in my generation, self-care meant selfish. You were selfish. And it's been a hard lesson to learn all along. Is it really selfish to take care of yourself? And we, in my generation, we'll be the first one to be like, no, I could go without the mask, you do yours. And then we end up dying and it was all for nothing. Okay. Take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. Okay, take care of yourself, because otherwise there is no treasure. There is no treasure for you. And we also need to figure out, if you were on a treasure hunt and you found the box, what would be in the box that you'd be excited about? Would it be old family connections? Would it be actual money? Would it be jewels? Okay, sparkly things. Would it be ways to be intellectually stimulated? What is in your treasure box? Because if you go on that hunt and you're not taking care of yourself, finding that box and dying next to it just doesn't make any sense. You find your treasure, and what can you do with it? Nothing, if you haven't taken care of yourself. All right, so April, all about defining success, maybe redefining success, reevaluating, figuring out what is important and what is good for you. So have a fantastic month. Make sure you check everything out. You can, if you'd like a personal reading, check me out at spiritmessagesfromtheotherside.com. Or if you would, you can also check out Dana and I both at sign.com. And there we go. Look forward to hearing all about your stories. Thank you so much. Bye.